Welcome to Neff-Tekk. Today we are talking tripods. So going through my journey, acquiring all this media gear and getting into media creation, eventually you start purchasing some tripods. And that can be a struggle because there are so many options. And there's a lot of videos that seem to boil down to the Peak Design, aluminum or carbon fiber tripod. And now this new and upcoming favorite, the Falcam TreeRoot Tripod. So first, I started off, my first expensive tripod was this Peak Design aluminum travel tripod. I wanted something that was compact and that could really fit into a small space that was also high quality. My tripod before this was a K&F concept tripod. It was like just under $100. It was aluminum. It was not that nice and it really didn't fit into a tight little tidy package because I was trying to pack all my gear into a backpack so I could hit the job sites in the areas where I was doing most of my media. So I started out purchasing this Peak Design travel tripod, which is really an awesome tripod and still one of my favorites. I've gone through a few tripods since, and this one has stuck around the longest. I think I paid just under $400 for this tripod, like $379 or $389 when I paid for it. But it is a really nice tripod. So, it comes with these little plates here to lock it in. It's little top deal here. Let's see. That's locked. So they both come with these sweet little plates on here. These little lock-in plates, but the Falcam one I like a little better. But this tripod is very compact, and it comes with this nice little bag, which is also very compact. Let's measure this height real quick. I'm sure people rattle this off from the specs, but I'm going to physically just measure it myself. This thing is 15 inches. It looks like a touch over 15 inches. So this tripod is just sweet. The only complaint about this bag is it's just so tight. Like you have to have this thing packed right every time. I mean, I don't know if you can see how tight that is but it is the most compact, tight little package. You can get this in your luggage easy. You can get this in a backpack easy. This is a very nice, tight package right here. Good job, Peak Design. I'm still very impressed with it. Later in the video here, we'll get to some of the things I don't like about it. One thing is how tight this bag is, but I get it. It's a very nice fit. So it has this nice little magnetic knob here, kind of like snaps in and stays there magnetically to get the center post up. So to get the center post out and to get it to go low mode is harder on here than it is on here. I probably won't go through the whole motions, but I'll explain to you why it's more difficult. Both of these tripods come with tools. Peak Design's got this cool tool, and this tool has two Allen key sizes. And pops back in there. I have lost this tool a few times, but it keeps coming back. Now this tripod does have a feature that the Falcam does not. And they both have the built-in tools. The Falcam tool is right here at the bottom. It's the hook, but it's also got an Allen key head and a flat head on here. So that's pretty neat, but the problem is you can't use the hook and the tool at the same time on this one, to where Peak Design made it a separate deal so you could still use your hook. So while we're talking hook, this is super cool. You can see here it shows this little icon of a phone, and when you pop it out, I mean, that was super fast. Let me do that a little slower. This thing is not threaded, so you pull down this little tiny collar, you turn that, not even 90 degrees. This is magnetically on here. How cool is that? you take off this hook and you have a phone holder. I mean, this is one of the most innovative, coolest designs. Same with this ball head right here. I mean, this is just one of my, this makes it one of the most easy tripods to use, I think. This ball head and this lock feature, this, I'm just really impressed with all this. Now, this doesn't click into this little quick feature, how they have it. I have to slide it in from the side. It's a little too tight, but still. So then you lock it here. And you could put, this is an iPhone 15 Pro Max, big phone. Boom. How cool is that? Built into your tripod. So Peak Design, kudos, you're awesome. Now, if you want to take the center column out to go low mode, so you go through this hole here with your tool, and that's how you take this all apart and then make it go low mode. I never do it on this Peak Design tripod. Here we go. Okay, that wasn't that bad. Wasn't too tight. Very manageable. Oh, that's like separating right away, like as I'm undoing it there. Okay. Oh, that was actually fairly easy. Okay, pop the tool back in here. Okay, get the, lock that in there. Okay. Okay, that was a pretty darn quick, pretty slick low mode. So just this tripod for your phone alone, oh boy, blooper. So make sure that you tighten this little knob on here. Tight, oh, it was just not tight enough. So make sure that that thing is tight so it can hold that weight. But this is just a great tripod just if you're using your phone as a creator. This tripod has a lot of potential for you. You don't need anything else. You can go buy this tripod and have your iPhone 15 Pro, and you can get out and really be creative and just crush it. And this will be a very good, reliable, sturdy combo. So let's see how long it takes to put all this back in order. Okay, so this same ball head and limit here that we're facing is one of the issues with the Peak Design tripod also. So I like how nothing comes out, no parts come out. This is the only piece left. Fits back in. This is very self-explanatory. Okay, tighten this up. Quite a few turns, that's a good thing. Get that super tight. Okay. Boom. Okay, so yeah, this is a super cool tripod. Let's get that out of there. Let's get this put away. All right, get on in there. There we go. So another thing I love about this tripod, like I was saying, this ball head right here with this twist lock ball head mechanism, it's one of my favorite. It's one of the most intuitive. I really, really like it. So let's take the Sony 6700 and the Sony 70-350. Pretty hefty load here. Let's see how quick and easy it just snaps in here. So I have this little lower piece here from Small Rig. It's kind of like a pinky extension base grip for the camera. I didn't want a full cage on this camera because this is mainly for photography for me. So just snaps in, turn this little lock. I mean, I love that. Here we go. Let's do that again. Okay. Snaps in, lock. I mean, very intuitive, very quick. Now you can see how you can't really go, let's see, there you go. There's the 90. You're only limited to this when you go into 90. So, and then you'd have to get past this bumper over to here to get your next range. So these little 3 nubs kind of limit you on that. Okay, so let's lower that down. So one other thing, is these legs, they're very sturdy. This is a very nice build, and these clamps are very nice. And you can tension them right here with these Allen keys, you know, Allen holes here. But when this is all the way out, these get pretty thin, but this, you get like a flex out of this, you know? And especially when you like put it on the ground, you really get like a good amount of flex to that. So that's something I don't like so much about the Peak design is that flex, but it's still very sturdy. This is a very good tripod. It's very reliable. I trust it. I trust my cameras on it. I trust it to pull through and always work for me. As long as I'm keeping these snugged with the tool, keeping an eye on that being tight, I mean, it's really a nice tool. So I have even used it like a selfie stick before, or to get really high shots. I have done this before with it, kind of ghetto, but I've also had all the legs extended. Here we go, let's extend all these legs. And see how long this takes me to set it up versus the other tripod. A little squeaky. Okay, so I've had all these legs extended, and I've even, you know, gotten shots like this with it up high, looking down, and that's been pretty cool. So yeah, it's been a really good tripod. I really like it a lot. But why did I pick up the Falcam TreeRoot tripod? If I already had this and this tripod's so great, why would I pick that one up? Well, first of all, I picked this up as a good B-roll or just secondary tripod slash a little bit heavier duty and good when it comes to temperature, which is kind of a funny thing to say, but when you're using this Peak Design tripod and it's frozen outside, like it is now, and you want to be bare hands to handle your camera equipment, take care of your gear, and you grab these and you're managing with this, the aluminum is shockingly cold. And the aluminum is freezing cold. Whew. So having carbon fiber is a big difference, because you could grab onto carbon fiber when it's freezing cold out and you're moving your tripod around, you're doing your stuff, and it instantly kind of absorbs the heat of your hand, and it does not make your hands get numb. And you don't want to have numb hands when you're outside trying to run your camera equipment. So why did I get the Falcam TreeRoot tripod? Well, I did have a Ulanzi Komen tripod before this, and it was very light, very small, packable, a little bit taller than this, lighter than this, very good tripod. But the problem is the feet did not get wide enough. The tripod was not stable enough. And one day when I was shooting a little short film in my town, making like a Halloween short film series, I had the camera set up between a couple of big grain bins in town, and the wind blew my camera setup over on that Ulanzi Komen tripod. Okay, so just a super windy, terrible update. My camera just fell over because of this cute little lightweight Ulanzi Komen Zero tripod. Yeah, it's great and it's lightweight, but it's windy out here, as you can hear. And I'm trying to shoot a little Halloween film at these scary grain bins for these kids here. But my camera got knocked over by the wind. So this is why I like this big heavy-duty tripod better. So I got rid of that thing. And when I did, I got a much larger video tripod, which I'm using here now. And that is the Sairui SVS75 rapid tripod system. And that one is like a big 8-pound tripod. I think it's 8 pounds with a fluid head, but it's a big tripod. And it's the one I'm using on this FX30, and I really love that tripod. So I gave the Ulanzi Komen to my friend for Christmas because he was really in need of a good tripod. And I decided to get this one for me for Christmas. One, I don't like the clamp system much on tripods. It's kind of annoying. And after getting the Sairui SVS75, which is a twist release, I really wanted to get this tripod. It was like $400, up to $500 at times. And when I saw this go on sale down to $350, I scooped it up. So what I love is this twist lock system. This is underrated. It's very, very durable. It's very light touch. I mean, look, like I really do not have to do much to release these. It's just so nice and light, and just tightening them too. It really doesn't take much force at all. And these things are way tighter than that. And then just lightly, like I'm barely putting any force. I don't know how they make these things lock so well, but, and then that also, the Peak design doesn't do that. You have to pull them in. So when this tripod, just these legs automatically fall out like that, it is so nice. It makes it so good when that is the case with these. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this twist lock system. I like twist lock more than the levers. And I've always heard on the videos, oh, the twist lock can't get as tight as the latches. I disagree. That is rock solid. And look how, that one was tight. Look how easy it is. And really, you don't have to turn these much. Like, watch how much I turn this to, like, did you see that? Let me do that again. Let's tighten that. Like, that was, what, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch, half an inch. So super cool. Now let's talk about this center post. So we talked about how the Peak design had a tool on it, what the center post did, how it has the hidden phone holder, which is super cool. This one also has a tool, and that tool is right here. There's also the hook, and it shows you right here a little icon with a flat head, and then it shows you a little icon with the H4 size Allen key on the end of this little hook. So they both come with these plates. You know, Peak Design's little quick capture plate here requires only an Allen head tool. And this is very high quality, very nice. And then you get the Falcam. This is the F38 quick release plate. What I like is it has this little thing on it with these little nubs that keep your camera from spinning. So when you put it on there, the plate doesn't spin unsquare. It can sit up against something flush and keep this square as you tighten it. But this does also accept a flat head, which I really like, because on the bottom of my cameras, I have a cage or something like this on the bottom of all my cameras, and they all pretty much come with a flathead tool now. So it's really nice being able to use a flathead tool to get this plate on and off things. Now, thanks to this tripod having this F38 quick release head, I don't need this plate for all of my cameras. Since all of my cameras have this Arca Swiss style deal on the end, I can quickly, let's see, this direction, snap, let me put that on the unlock side. I can quickly snap this onto, oh, here we go, let's try it again. There we go. Quickly snap that on. So you can watch this little lever right here work as I do that. Push it forward to unlock it. There's a tiny little lever in here that's locking over the edge. So you'll watch this lever kick back when it locks. Go in here and boom. So that's locked in like that. It's really nice. It works really well. I was kind of nervous about it at first because I really like to cinch my camera down. And that's why I really like my Sairui quick clip thing, which I have on here. I really like this because I have this big old lever where I could really cinch down on the camera. This little clip here, this thing allows for you to cinch and tighten that a little bit more. So I do like that. This is a little too loose for me, like when you this final tightening. I think it's adjustable somewhere. Yeah, I think it's adjustable and I could tighten it, but it just feels a little too loose, but it's rock solid when it locks in. So yeah, that's a really cool feature. And then you can just push this nub right here forward. Boom, take that camera out. Really nice. So back to the center column, the hook is the tool. get that in here. So that hook is the tool. That's pretty neat. Now, when you want to take this center column, it's got just a real nice, simple wing nut here to go up and down. This has this cool little retractable nub that is also kind of magnetically holds in there. This little wing nut's just kind of always here. So this has a cool quick release toolless feature to go into low mode. So what you do is, it has this little mechanism in here which you push up. Now forever I was trying to figure out, how do I get this to, wasn't reading the paper instructions, right? So you actually pull up on this little bugger. Boom. And then that'll make that come out. This goes that way because there's a tiny little hook in here that hooks onto that. And then they set into some recessed nubs. So when you pop that out, now you can undo that, slide this out the bottom. So you don't have to undo the hook, or you could undo the hook and slide it out the top. But I don't want to have little pieces hanging around. If you do need to take this hook out to do some low mode and get things going, this hook does have a 1/4-20 and a 3/8, and they both have clear little gaskets on them here, which is neat if you need to screw this in anything. So you could screw this into here when you're going into low mode, if you're not using that 1/4-20 hole. And then you could, boom, go into low mode, tighten that back on there, get these buggers. Now I think this has one more setting like this than the Peak design. So this has 2 settings, as you can see here, like low mode, almost low mode. I could have still had the center column on with this low mode. So that's cool. It has like a, as low as you can go with the center column on mode here. And then we've got one more setting here where it can go some serious low mode. Now you'll notice the span is wider on this. When the tripod legs are open, it's wider. This is wider. So that makes this a more stable setup. And that's one big reason why I wanted this tripod as my secondary carbon fiber lightweight tripod. Now it's not as packable and short as this. So this fits in my backpack perfectly. My Yeti Crossroads backpack that I love, and with room to spare. This one, not so much. I think it does fit in there all the way, but the zipper's like squeezing over the top of it. But this is a very sturdy low mode here. So let's see how fast and quick and easy. Let's see how fast, quick, and easy it is to take this from low mode back into standard mode. Let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, let's loosen this up. All right, let's get this in here. Snug that up on it. Now you're gonna see this little nub sticking up. Find the notched side here so you can hook it in. Settles into the holes. Woo. Pop that out. Get that in there. Lock it down. Drop it like it's hot. Okay, so that's super slick. Now let's get our tool back in here. Our hook. So far, I mean, I love this thing. It is so fast. This is the fastest tripod I have to deploy. I'm sure of it. It's so fast, it's so sturdy, it's a very satisfying tripod to use. I really do like how it has the 1/4-20 with the little RE pin deals. I really like how it has the F38 quick release. I'm not using this system yet. I'll probably end up getting something here, depending on what accessory I feel like is needed for a monitor or battery or something. All right, so things I don't like about it. Let's get the center column up because it has to do with this ball head. So this Peak design has got this whole grippy gig here, makes this ball head go and lock, and it locks tight. I mean, rock solid. Very nice. But on this one, we have got this big old lever and ball head, okay? So I don't like this because another cool feature it has that this doesn't is this panoramic. The top half here goes panoramic and allows your camera to pivot, which is really, really neat. Let's get the camera on here. So loosen that up. I mean, and it's smooth and it's adjustable with a dampening knob right here. Really satisfying little clicks. So that makes it looser. I see how this little bugger here can get in the way of it. So that's some of the annoyances, is this lever, this knob, they're all kind of like, can all get in their way, and you may have to adjust. So when you may get your shot all ready, and then all of a sudden these things, and you're like, no, they're in the way, and that's annoying. Where this doesn't really have that issue. I mean, this is a really nice, well thought design. So I try to keep this to where the lever back here is in the back, to where I could undo it like that, and this lever is right here. This tension, see, it makes that smoother or tighter. Maybe not. I ain't feeling that doing nothing there. Maybe, whoa, maybe it's that one. Oh, okay. That's the tension for the ball head. This clicker is the tension for the ball head, even cooler. Okay. So that way maybe it could stay. Nope. This camera's still too heavy for that. So anyways, that's some annoying things on this. It's all these little parts kind of bumping into each other. Let me lock that. So another thing about this camera is it's 90-degree or going vertical. Let's go vertical here with this thing. So we're gonna so it's right there. So now you have to do your tilt or your pan. So there you go. So you get that pan back on. So this has way more potential than the Peak design, because the Peak design had those nubs getting in the way. This, and see how you can see that tension on there. Let's see if this is controlled. This knob controls it. Nope. So this knob only controls the ball head. So anyways, that's pretty neat, right? So if you're doing a lot of portrait, this tripod has better capability for portrait, more flexibility with the range and how you can take your photo. So that's really neat. I do like that. Okay, so this is a very cool tripod. The quick release head is super convenient. This also has a quick release head. I mean, they're both quick release in their own way. Let's see which one's faster. Okay, I have to manually lock it, but that manual lock, that feeling the cinch and tightness yourself, it's very satisfying. Okay, this one, that is faster for sure. But when you're putting a camera setup on here that you're a few $1,000s into it, it's hard to trust only that instant little lock. Here, let's turn that so you can see it click again. It's hard to only trust that little lock. I mean, you really want to pull on that lever and feel that tighter. Now let's look at the extra parts that this one did come with. So, you know, you get the box, of course, here. And in the box, we got, you know, the little manual. The Peak design comes with some stuff too. I've had it so long I've thrown it all away. But in here you do get an assortment of tools. You get 3 Allen key wrenches and 2 Torx head wrenches, some extra washers and some extra parts in here. And you do get another one of these little nubs on the end of this, which is kind of cool. And then you get a pack of these extra little snug washers. I'm guessing these are like friction tension washers for here. And it's the piece of plastic that's on top of here that you'll see if you buy one of these. It's got some plastic, and when I go like that, I watch this plastic pull down and cinch in. So this piece of plastic, this collar, that's what's physically cinching. So you get an extra set of these cinches in here to replace. So however you replace it, I'm guessing it's in this book. So if you buy this tripod, save this stuff, save these, because it probably has the instructions on how to replace these tensioners, which work really, really well. So you do get a decent amount of parts to work on this, which is really cool. And here's the case that it comes with. It's a little bigger. It's got more space than the Peak design, but you can see how much bigger it is. and how much more room you need when packing it. So let's collapse this. I do like how it's got a lot more space. It's just easier to drop it in here. It's not like a super snug pack down like this one was. So you still have like an extra inch of room at the top of it. Cinch that down. I like how it's got its own crossbody strap. So like this one, you need to use your Peak Design little capture clip things here or whatever, these little Peak Design deals, and then a Peak Design strap. So you're kind of buying more accessories to pack this along with you if you don't already have them. This one you could pack along with you right out the gate. Throw this on your back. It's nice quality material. This is a bag I'll keep around. A lot of these bags you kind of get tired of them and you want to throw them away. This is a nice bag. I'm going to keep it around for this tripod. If you're about to spend somewhere between $300 and $400 on a tripod, really consider what's most important to you. Is it packability? Is it putting it in your backpack and being able to go anywhere? Be able to just crank out the iPhone, minimal amount of stuff, the tools built in, the phone holders built in, it's just good high quality, it's durable, it's very small and very packable. I would recommend this tripod first. I would recommend you just get the Peak Design, bite the bullet, spend the premium for the product. It's worth it. I'm gonna have this tripod a long time. I'm gonna keep it around. If you could afford the carbon fiber, I'd go for it. If you're just a G like that, just pull the trigger, bite the bullet, get the carbon fiber version of this. If not, this aluminum version is fantastic, and I highly recommend it as a first real investment in a tripod in your creator journey. Now, if space isn't the issue, packability isn't the issue, and you're just looking for something that's fast to deploy, durable, high quality, and just really sturdy, this is a fantastic tripod. Also having this little pan head really does help with your capabilities while doing video. If you do a lot of video work with your tripod, this is smoother to get the pan with this. This ball head also is smoother. And when you're trying to move your camera around and get some shots, if you're trying to use it, when you don't have a fluid head and you're using a tripod like this for video work, this is a little bit better of a head for video because it has some adjustability with this tension knob and the pan. So I would recommend this over the Peak Design if you're looking for something more video centric. But overall, this is a very nice, very durable, very quick to deploy tripod. So I hope that helped, and I hope it helps you make a decision when you are looking to pick up your next tripod. Thanks for joining me on Neff-Tekk. See you next time.